Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is going to be a long one, alright? So that's your warning. What I'm going to show you today is the conclusion, I guess you'd call it, of me trying to put tire pressure sensors into pressurized vessels and try to put them in my Corvette so that it's a 2013 Z06 to try to be able to run with multiple sets of wheels without having to buy these sensors for every set of wheels. You know, sometimes I end up with 4 or 5 sets of wheels. So I'm cutting open the pressure vessels and trying not to cut through these sensors because, you know, I don't remember exactly where they were in there, but I just got another one open and looks like I didn't hit it. So got one more to go. So that's 2 of them. So I'm using the Sawzall to cut through the pipe. I think I cut this one on this end, which was the last piece that I put on. I think the sensor should be up on that end. Well, okay, looks like I didn't cut through one. So I did one of these yesterday, by the way, and I knew it was going to take me a long time because I had to figure out a technique to take it all apart and shove it in the tire and so on. Here's the one I did yesterday. I put 35 in there. Let's see if it's still got pressure. Well, it's got 34, and that's 2 different gauges, so I'm going to call it good. That is the tire with the pressure sensor installed. So, 1 down, 3 to go. Okay, let's bust the bead on this one. Now, here's what is different, maybe, and interesting about Froggy's video compared to some other ones. This is a race tire, so it's a BF Goodrich G-Force Rival S, 200 tread wear. I use them for autocross or track. And the thing that's different about race tires is they've got an extremely stiff bead. The bead is what holds the tire onto the rim. A short sidewall and a stiff sidewall. So the whole thing basically is very hard and stiff and a lot harder to get off of a rim than your basic passenger car tire or even a big truck tire with a big sidewall. Those are not that stiff. These tire construction is designed to hold the tire on the rim when extreme high speed G-force and centrifugal force is trying to tear the tire off the rim. So these are hard to bust off, long story short. So I rigged this up a little bit different this time. I did a whole video on how to bust a bead on a tire with a Hoosier tire, which is also a race tire. So you can, if you want to see how I rigged all this up, go look up that other video. And meanwhile, I'm running short on time, so I just want to bust this bead and then get a sensor in here. Whoops, sorry for the finger. Whoop. Oh, haha, remember to pull the core on the valve stem and let the air out. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time. Well, the other time I did this, I had the straps wrapped under the bottom here, which I think I was fraying them a little bit because of this edge here. I guess I could have put a piece of wood or something under there to prevent the strap from rubbing on the metal. Anyway, this time it's like something to do with the geometry of the whole thing is picking up the front of the jack off the ground, but it still should work. I mean, it is, if I can focus, come on camera, there, it is coming off the bead, there you go. So I'm just going to give it a few more pumps. I hope this doesn't slip off the edge, then I'm going to have to rig it up the old way, the other way. Well, it's because the strap is forward here. So the pull is like there instead of the pull being here. So it is kicking this working end of the ram out. So I'm going to have to re-rig it. Son of a bee. Okay, so I rigged it the other way. Actually, it's a heck of a lot easier to put those straps right around here. I got a little piece of a cut-out piece of a rubber doormat there to cushion from cutting the straps on the metal of the jack. And always make sure you line this up so you're not trying to crush the rim. So I've got to go underneath there and look at that again, and then we'll try it again. Just, you don't have to put this too tight. You just want to take the stretch out of it. There's not much stretch. It's not rubberized. You can see now the ram is going. Let's see if I can pump and video and talk at the same time. The ram is going up, squared off to the sidewall of the tire now, because the pull is in a better direction. And you see the straps are holding. Oh, I picked up the tire. Yeah, I picked up the tire. Well, I might have to put something on the other side to weigh that down. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll just pop off. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have to push down on that other side. Hold on. Well, that's kind of funny. It didn't happen this way last time where I picked the tire up off the ground, but I did break the bead there. I can see that the bead is broken. I don't think it's going to pop itself back on there. So now I'm going to undo all this and proceed to break that side of the bead. I think I know. You know what it was? It's because this end of the strap was pulling here, and I think last time it was pulling up there. So anyway, this way of rigging it, but I'll put this back here, seems to be the best way to rig it. Double strap it, because the straps are working load is 1,000 pounds and braking is 3,000, and this jack is 6,000, so I can break that strap if I'm got it rigged wrong. Okay, there you can see I've got the bead broken. So now I'm just going to put these little wedges all the way around and use. I don't have any real tire irons, so I've got that. I've got a big screwdriver, and I've got that small pry bar, and I've got a big pry bar, bigger pry bar, and I'll show you this when I'm done. I want to bore you with every single move I make. Okay, so there. So, come on. Oh, I didn't mean to. There. Alright, so I've got those little shims all the way around, so the bead is broken all the way around. Now I'm going to pull right in this area here and get enough space to remove the old valve stem, which did not have a sensor on it, and put a new one on that does have a sensor. Alright? Alright, I want to show you something about these new valve stems that I'm going to put in. This black gasket comes from a kit that I got, a Schrader kit, I think it was Schrader, and they're just kits that you use to make sure that the sensors, when they are reused, make sure that they have a new seal on them. And I noticed that it was thicker than, let's see if I can hold these up here. If you look closely, you'll see it's a thicker gasket than the one that came with the General Motors, which is the one on the right. So here's the thing, the wheels I'm putting them into are CCW wheels. They are not General Motors OEM wheels. So I'm thinking I'd rather have a little bit of a thicker gasket to get a better seal. The rim itself, the rim material itself might be thicker material than the OEM material. I don't know. So anyway, I'm switching out those gaskets and using the ones that come in these thing I bought here. Schrader, yeah. Service pack they call it. Okay, so here we are again. That's the original AC Delco OEM sensor for the car. This is the same thing, and I put the different gasket on there from the gasket kit. And this is the one that just came out, and you can see the gasket has been squashed down on the one that just came out, and that one doesn't have a sensor attached to it. Okay, so that's out. Well, let me add a little sidebar here. I was watching another guy who did a video on doing this service on YouTube, and he dropped the valve stem down in the tire. Don't do that, because you're going to have a hell of a time getting it out. You might have to take the whole tire off. I don't know. You'll spend an hour. So just be careful when it comes out and when the new one comes in. Don't drop it in there. What I was going to say is now I'm going to clean this up on both sides so that I get a good seal with the new gasket. Just use some brake cleaner, some purple cleaner, something like that. Okay, let's see if we can get this new one in here. That part there goes in towards the rim so that this has as low a profile as possible so you can get the tire back up over it. Don't go this way, go that way. We'll see if Froggy can get that in there without dropping it in. What I have to do is pry down here with one hand and shove this up in there on the other hand. I get the gasket. Oh, there's a little notch. See that little notch right there? It's hard to see it. Right there. It's like a little flat spot. There, right there. That flat spot. That goes towards this part of the rim, not that part, because it's like it's a little corner, so they cut that so it would fit in there. Okay, here's a little trick I just figured out. When you're trying to get this in, your first insertion, have the sensor part sticking out the wrong way, because that'll give you a little more clearance on the tire. So sticking out the wrong way. Then when you get the stem all the way in and up, you get back some clearance and you can flip it around the other way. So I just figured that out. There you go. Here's a different tire, different size. I just want to show you, I've got about 6 inches of bead that busted it off, busted the tire off of the bead. Just want to show you a little bit different one. I'm going to let it down now and then do the wedge thing. Okay, well, maybe one final closing shot. I'll see if I can get this one to pop for you. Pop the bead back on. You don't want to have the valve stem in there. You want to have maximum volume of air going in there, so straight piece, straight shot in. Let's see what happens. See it? Turn around. There it is. Yeah. You don't want to go over like 40, 45 psi to try to get it to pop. If it's not popping, then lubricate it lubrication helps. I just use soapy water and clean it so you get a good seal from the tire to the rim. Okay, so now you put your valve stem in and then you fill it up to whatever you want. So give me a thumbs up or like. This helps you out. Subscribe to Froggy if you want more, and mostly automotive, but I throw in a little bit of this and that and whatever I think you guys and gals might find interesting. Do-it-yourself stuff, tool stuff, fun stuff. So, see ya. Have fun. Be safe. Froggy out. Bye.